right? Can I get, do we have one of the signs? Can you bring me a sign really quick? Oh, that right behind me. There we go. Okay. These have helped spread the word. Having these in your yard causes people to go to www.raisetheballoon.org and to start reading. So these are really important. The other thing is, when the media comes through and they see all these signs, then it's a story, then they start publishing, and that helps. So we put in there, act now, because if we don't act now, then we gotta live with the consequences. So I'm going to turn it over to the ladies for housekeeping.
Yeah, real fast. How many of you are here? How many of you are here because of the email you received, because you're signed up? Well, that's the majority. How many of you are here, you're not signed up, and you received a flyer? And Facebook. And one person, okay. We're going to stop distributing
I
flyers.
signed up every week and I still have to rely on her to find out what's
You're
happening.
ME.com, right?
Huh?
Your last is ME.com?
No.
Okay, we'll talk.
We'll talk later.
This is what we need to talk about. But
Right.
Okay.
You need to sign up and be on our email list, because we're not going to distribute flyers anymore. It's too costly. We can't get people to help us, and the two of us are getting pooped. So we need you to sign up on raisetheballoon.org, and you'll just get our emails, notifications, alerts. It's really important. It's the way we can stay connected. James is a statesman. You all know what a statesman is. We can be statespeople of Bay Park, Bay Ho, Linda Vista, all of Claremont. But it means we have to stand up and say so. And we have to study, and we have to know what's going on. I mean, you're back in school again, basically. That's where we are.
Okay, so tonight, if you haven't gotten the emails, we would like you to sign up either tonight, or you can go on raisetheballoon.org and sign up. Now, if you did sign up before and you haven't gotten them, it's because we can't read your writing. So we're very sorry about that. So if you want to just put in your phone number, and if it comes back to us, we can call you so that we can get the correct email. Yes, sir.
Your shirt says .com, you say .org. Is it both of them? Or?
Reach it, yeah. If you go to raisetheballoon.com, it'll shoot you right over to .org.
These are 3 years old. We're moving on. Okay, so the other thing we have going on is, if you want to get a flyer, we've got 2 important dates that are coming up. The one is this one, which is the workshop from the city. And that one is asking for our input. And they're asking for your land use and zoning mobility input. So if you really are concerned about this, this might be one of those meetings you might want to go to. There's flyers back there to remind you. Get your neighbors to go. Listen to what they're doing. This is going to be kind of the thing like Sanday did with the trolleys. Do you want a red trash can or a blue trash can? But if we get our voice in there, tell them, you keep that 30 foot in there, you know, they're going to have to listen to us. It's going to be kind of a round thing that they've got going, but this may be a very powerful thing to go to.
The other point is that we're going to be cutting down on the website where your comments are public record. Instead of you telling us what it is you like, don't like, what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, what you want, what you don't want, tell the city. Get on their surveys, get on their website, go to their meetings, and tell them what you want, what you don't want. That's public record. So they were balking at our information anyway. So we want to just shoot you over there instead of come to our site for information. It's got lists of all officials, everything. I mean, if you've never been to the website, it'll take you a year to go through it, seriously, with the information that's on it. I mean, James has loaded it to the gills, and we keep it loaded.
So we'll go ahead and we'll, whatever they call that, attach it so it goes to the city. So all you have to do is click on the city, and it'll go directly over to them for the surveys and all that. They're going to put a survey together. We were told they were going to do that. Put on a new website. Sorry? Yeah. We have a new city planner. Michael Prince is not our city planner anymore. His name is Marlon, and I'm really sorry I cannot pronounce his last name, but if you saw his last name, you'd understand why. Really a nice guy. I really had a good rapport with him so far. The other thing is, when we do this balloon, we'll put this on the website and we'll remind everybody through emails. But what we would like you to do is look out your window. You don't have to come down. It's not an event where you go down and show up. What it is we want people to take pictures from their house, from their back porch. Is it going to affect your view? I know we're more worried about the density, but this is the thought that we've got to get through to people, and that's why we raised the balloon in the first place. So people knew what 60 foot meant. So, any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
How are we going to contact the state representatives? Could these emails that are going to the city people be shuffled somehow to our state representative? Because what he said is correct. All this is coming down from the state. They issue credits to the city for getting what they want. And we need representation to the state people so that we can stop this, because they, at some point, stop listening to the community and just do what the city wants because they're getting paid, basically.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, James, but that's where you get your assembly person.
Yeah.
And for us, I think it's Tony Atkins.
You know what we can do is we can link it. So we'll give us a week or two. We'll link all this stuff up, make it easy so that you can go to Raise the Balloon and you'll see, hey, put in your city input, and that'll take you over to the city's website. The reason we had to create the website in the beginning is that, number one, the city had no website. They weren't taking any, online input. Now that they are, and now that we can send in a public records request for whatever's sent in by you, now we feel safe to say, no, put your input straight into the city, because they need to hear,
Yeah, we went to this in Mission Hills where we had a 50-foot height limit for the business core. And with this incentive that came to the city from the state, this one developer came in and went, usually it takes a couple of years for all the processing. He did this in something like 3 months, and we literally walked out of our door of the office building and saw the barricades going up for them to put up this building of 9 stories.
wow.
They call it ministerial, and they can, if everything else is fine, they can go ahead with it.
Yeah, and that comes under entitlements. So land comes with certain rights. Those rights right now, the entitlements that people have along Marina Boulevard, along the corridor, are only to 30 feet for the Claremont Mesa plan area. For the Linda Vista plan area, there literally is no height limit. There are some zones in there, but there's some areas that are actually unzoned. What was your specific question about eminent domain?
City, county.
Well, we know what it is. So that eminent domain, Sandag has the power to take your land, my land, for use to build the trolley. So if they need it for a parking lot, they can take your land, right? So that's what we were fighting with the Protea development on Claremont Drive. That was under an eminent domain lawsuit. We petitioned and had them drop it finally. So they stopped that process. So there's ways of fighting it, if that was what you were asking. Yes, sir?
As far as communications with the city, are we also suggesting not only the height limit, but equally important, the density, as far as getting that?
Oh yeah, that's what the zoning part's all about. So when they took the land use
Yeah.
and zoning out,
Yeah,
those two terms refer to the height and the density. Because I agree with you. It's not so much about height as it is about density.
Yeah, because somebody who lives in North Park doesn't care if somebody loses their view here.
Right,
You're not
exactly.
negatively affected, but they understand the part about density.
Exactly.
So it's almost like you have to at least have it equal to have, you know, I'm worried about the density as compared to the view. If it's only you state the view, no one else cares. And
Yeah.
you're not gonna get any, you know, things. So you have to all.
The other way that you do that is you get a developer involved in early enough, like we did with Protea, who limits the number. He said 36 to 41 living units total, and the rest is mixed use. Put it this way: if the city could have it their way, anything that was built on Marina Boulevard, from the Balboa Station all the way to Friars Road, would be residential. That's what they want. You know, that's their pie in the sky, residential. And as high as they can go.
Yeah.
Because that means more density, right? So that, because it's more money in the coffers, that's what we're fighting. Yes, ma'am?